Let's have a conversation. And your money, they will bring on the first of all, big one says, Madrid and Benfica for a dinkomo about Alvaro Fernandez Carreras, former Manchester United for left fullback. And one can say, we see you play, it's also unquay. Now, me, honestly, I am shocked and I'm surprised. Says, na obianim say Madrid for air pen any tree almost so young club World Cup namra but nkomo e kwaso no say Benfica for na fedi o magoniemum kakra e ma Madrid na ese pressure akọ recosta so say sa na last year players ni bi wo ho clubs ne ba no mo bosika kese a na clubs ne de ebufuo no mo ko ene players ni bi wo ho to say Antonio Silva enka na yebegi 80 70 say 30 million krobi empe into man careful no man to one club de beboka into matters Benfica for no good niemum kakra but it raises a lot of questions because Ferran Garcia wo into day in Madrid for boy says hey senka club World Cup the nyamo idea I understandable with the kind of performance Ferran Garcia have still no one does it make sense. Some of the Enquati Sikaka Center Alvaro Fernandez and about commanding the Gusu Ecoso.
First of all, Obebisa was a DNB team when you left back and the performance of Club World Cup. And you may con kind of money ye probably decided so be another left back. There's a new coach at Real Madrid and Club World Cup serve as a platform for players to exhibit themselves. Obetimia Bobobia Ubobia. But a new coach bar, no matter the kind of quality or possess, Ebiana our style of play on pair. And to the coach Xabi Alonso decided say almost every player of Real Madrid Obemo be equal opportunity. But the obetimi abo. Na memfa mani say the amasha from afar is different. But give me the performance I'm going to witness with my own eye. Real Madrid Bobo Kunim says so many Memo Konya na why the be watna. It's Real Madrid Bobo Kun, there are certain players Club World Cup no mobile. No munim say omo justify your inclusion. He has to come and prove to the coach say was safata. Say a man akonya man Real Madrid. And it say upra and Wama Club World Cup ni bi. For whatever reason Wama Club World Cup ni bia. And only the new coach in asem. Just so your mainstay. Uye obia. Ebia Real Madrid Bobo Kun when it looks like say you're untouchable, you need more performance. Oh you're wealthy, a world class player. To say Vinicius Junior, to say Kylian Mbappe. These are players. Our coach be over here CBA anymore. Rudiger. A Women's Club World Cup, he hasn't given the best of performances. No doubt about that. But I know say Rudiger injuries kakra hano. This okita a din any hype Thibaut Courtois who was a standard ni status nibi and then the coach ni be ding so be baba touch. But say wouldn't be what wakabia na justify na way. And to prove to the coach that you are a good player outside at Real Madrid. Frank Garcia knew this because coach na catch Madrid in penny for say obey you see only 2 left backs. Oh, you see more than 2. And the last time I didn't come on and America say Frank Garcia as a player, dear Bakwa, a bit me aboard the Xavi Alonso system. Or you're very pacey. And in playing as a fullback and as a wing back, especially, you be over pace. Because you have to be able to go and track back. Over pace now energy levels was Akwadane was hard. It is a coach aba. No, ye nyama kakrebi ya. Obeti me fit into the system. And me no me be dia dance say ball now wa ball. Ewo Club World Cup ni no. E be dey say coach ni be kasa honko. And the edim komo we bia we shouldn't forget. Say akwara ni tini kromo we Spain ni. Obeti me aye fella Mendy. No doubt about it. But one, you are not a Spaniard. The kind of treatment a Spaniard be of France no. When fighting for a position with a French international, and that kind of treatment in Albania with Spain, when you are fighting with a Spaniard for a position in the same club, especially like Real Madrid, you have to play above your weight. And maybe no me no him. So Ferland Mendy left back or bro Frank Garcia so another the money bro too baby.
But Carlo Ancelotti say, according to Onono, Ferland Mendy the best defensive left back.
Defensively, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt about it. So because defensively, Ferland Mendy is a good left back and I'm did for. He's a very good left back defensively. But Xabi Alonso Obono on focuses so much with the defensive traits. Obi Oberman a lot of attacking options. Anka pede so mo for Trent Alexander no demra. Debi because on the football no attacking style no bo.
But big ye. Who mentioned say Jabi Alonso epe 2 left backs. Say 2 left backs are. Does it make sense to say Obeko for 2 attacking left backs? Because Trent today are uboing. Trent ye ko enima oya ade pa defensively or ye poor. Danny Cabayal defensively oya ade inti a complement no enti sa. Inti de inti na obeko for Ferran Garcia any Alvaro Fernandez omo mienu nyina no attacking wise omo ye good. Sekoba defensive so where is the balance?
Koku obi to say Danny Cabayal. Me assure say oya Real Madrid captain. No ye mainstay why establishing ho e obo ku ni no. It is one of the reasons in Tibia and Honka. Honestly speaking, so her born as Abio to person or bona, Abian Conon who bet me aka. Because injuries so happily and a pa. But because he's the captain and he's the mainstay of Roma Red Bobo Kodimino, you know, in chain on count. And the coach, defensively, on shutdown focuses so much on that. He feels to say, Semi left back and as a left wing back and defensively on Yadium Poa. The center backs me and Sano. Whenever the left wing back moves, the left center back should fill that position for him. Defensively, nobody else said you man the amame. And to Obia, the Ostatima in the Horoma, Obama the same option as a left wing back. So that is why he's focusing on players more offensive. And the Madrid clearly, Adiabako Kachem and say Caradas is one player or Madrid priority, possibly on only ball betting me about started the Real Madrid. So they are looking for an option and as a backup to the left wing back position. And in Tinama, Frank Garcia, Ferland Mendy, Omumienu are fighting for one spot. And I are quite unfortunate. Say player your friend say Ferland Mendy, Antimiama Club World Cup will be due to injury. But for Frank Garcia, any opportunity to go, Kuminu be dear dance here. So Brandt not justifying now. It is like the Hendrick situation. Only Gonzalo Garcia.
Well, perfect example.
But yeah, didn't buy an Boboni ye. It is a one hour man.
I asked someone, not just a fellow mending and Hobeka.
For me, it is going to be difficult. Bona Mahane dear. So coach will decided to offer fellow Mendy. Pa Eja Frank Garcia dear. A bad dear mammy.
I asked someone. Say I also saw me no can say. Christian Nogard will grass now for Omo training center, sober training center, what's CA. Maybe a story, I think we can catch or say, Yemo home 48 hours saying, a boy no deal in the banty. Mammy Christian Nogard will rouse CA. On the Arsenal impending for Andre Bertamo. Era Arsenal for sober training grounds was CNT or no on the black van on ever be seen or no. Now and Arsenal training grounds or no Gabriel Hensey say my former player. Say or your assistant coach Arsenal for your best story that and then me say was share Arsenal tadia and then the first day so Arsenal say you went to Heinz in that television also and say that's with regard to Arsenal for combat Manchester United so opening we pre-season no me are keen to know what is happening and they must start say bobo hey you know the money about check akre opening from Manchester United for training grounds was
Amorim Pentem
akwesu 10 JC they waja tan ni asiu dey hwehwe ni boni
say the amano the amano the rest of be ten ni ho aduma
debio Rashford is senior man what I say inti kunya debi mamo nyesa Rashford Neshe, me pesa.
Nebikoku, on say, the difference and they say, Oka say, Kunya Beka say, ma omunyesano. Say, Rashford is still with Manchester United, it is different.
At this
but
moment,
they have
he's
told
still
Kunya, they've told Kunya, say, play and I didn't just see more or yet they are an internet team.
Tio, boy, no soon show any indications of a Sophie club. Intitio, say, boy, ne air caught and I too obvious are fine. But who Kunya one can samtiu? Yeah, dear no. Would you ever say I can't say cratcher? So be free Rashford that catcher. Rashford in the way, my Jacquari Jesse say, oh, so good yemsa, Marcus Meshuagum. Oh, so good yemsa, and necessarily me and say, and the training pictures are if you Manchester United camp, but no much and therefore cause on Kunya. No mucha no basa, mo star player.
Say,
and the pictures in a rolling.
Timin Toby.
Joshua Zexi, my star picture. I never had here. Mo front three na. And I say,
we have to be looking for a striker, a potent number 9.
Still no one.
Oh, of course.
Anopa, maybe a story, my Miriam Crash, mo say, Mopa number 9, teams in our fat Bakode, Jamie Vardy Abremo, Bakode, Calvert Lewis, Lewin Abremo, Moise Kane Abremo, and a Bako Kraka. 4 plays.
Who players now born with maybe a may Moise Kane.
45 million pounds.
All the others, and the standards are Manchester United.
They've been offered to you.
Yes. And until America said, yeah, the kind of striker Manchester United The fact that they are free and they've been offered to Manchester United doesn't mean Manchester United should go for them. The America said the standards are supporters in Niminoku, and yeah, we you. Manchester United supporters need the standards of Manchester United, entering every club and picking their best player. That's the standards the Manchester United supporter know. And can Manchester best striker? You call Robin Van Persie, an established player in the English Premier League. It's in Casamri, Ebianca Jokeres in Komwe, Victor Osimhen. These are the players and Manchester United. Alexander Isak, because a bad day so Benya Salah, a bad day so Benya Haaland. But Alexander Isak from Manchester United. Now I'm from Newcastle. Now Manchester United are called Fanaba. These were the signings at Manchester United. Yeah, never United. United.
Biani says, that time not Arsenal a big deal, but not Arsenal for G2 say na United level no was sort of But today Newcastle cry feel say United in need level in China. Very sad because still a da Manchester man Harry Kane if we England war a call by Munchi na what the moon say mojo.
Of course, it is because we are not doing things right. It is our clubs in the future and number even Manchester United are praying. So it is never too late to start afresh. That is what the Manchester United board and everybody should know.
Starting afresh, you need a coach that will lure the players. Amorim is not that type of coach. Play Rebecca say me. I'm person combo board ma Amorim. Oh yes, that type no. How do you start afresh with him?
And until last na me do din komo say. Maybe a Manchester United ginano. E sika and a betimi abo Manchester United because when we are talking about our coaches now coming from the magnetic coaches or attractive player, big player, Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Jurgen Klopp, Cecilia Luis Enrique, Simeone Inzaghi, because ABN or na onyanji bibi, but or the kind of project are all build there. Oh, joining now, you are rest assured that within the next season or two. Obetimi abo me ama do level na mpese me do of football mu obetimi abo me ma bibi and then look at AC Milan any Allegri ni Rafael Leao situation coach ne so pese Rafael Leao tena because onu ni nim ade a obetimi aye wo Rafael Leao mu amana get back to the best of form. So what you say? It will be tension or her and some coach in a project as is AC Milan person ya a yendipana corner so then hobeko for Manchester United in this kind of coach in be a no cre. It is kind of media attractive players no. It is a yeni Pep Guardiola, yeni Carlo Ancelotti, yeni Jurgen Klopp, yeni Luis Enrique. We have to make sure say Bema and somewhere gain financially our market.
And I say so the last 2 or 3 windows you've overspent. Munye GDA or Ten Hag mu. And now, and I'm out to talk. Winkan run.
Ya to salad bebre.
Okay. More to top players bebre dia gumu anfa so bia ma so intino financial fair play is also scaring you. So United situation na unkomo na onimi di na emede. So let's talk about the reality. The ideal situation wo ho. And the reality so the ideal situation is this current Manchester United is here yeska any magnetic coach to say the old
sure
what I say sure. Now I'm Manchester United back to normal level say some magnetic coach munibi makofa a potential coach instead of an established coach into Ruben Amorim those players that he can attract a normal place. With all due respect, because even Giovanni Quenda, Nakwada prefer to go to Chelsea than to follow him to go to Manchester United.
That is very true.
Maybe that's what you say. And then Victor Jokeres, they need Arsenal ho. On one kwada, into onye coach obetimi attract ya manfo. Let's look at the second point, cash. Money so say more in that situation because mama Rick Hag I overspend it. It's in Yema Mienu a bit with Manchester United and when we are back to normal. Those things are not there anymore. Okay, no problem. So what is next? What is next near day? The reality. Reality says you don't have a magnetic coach. What do you do now?
What Manchester United should do now, and they say, so was still winning. Only coach will be me attractive players at the number one. Financially, Usika Samun that is number two. Why is still running in a you know? Yeshe Rubina Mori modern ball our Sporting Lisbon. And the kind of players are now the year Juma. Kwaku players now the year Juma or Sporting Lisbon. No, it is not as if they know a well this derby. But at least in the Champions League, when the modern moka crabby with teams are not established, especially Manchester City Bobo Kono Crampo Count. But some players need to players are on a far or grooming or build your the team was built by him and an MSR performances. No. Can he do same for Manchester United? It is a yes, but he needs time. Or better me, yes, I and Adiabenu here. He needs a proper scouting team. Says you win this only coach or your wealthy. I'll be attractive players at Yaba. So you need a proper scouting team. I'll bet me actually say player be what I say. The money was ropa name attention in so. Instead of almost 50 million, you bet me 10, you bet me 15. But your man bear 1 or 2 seasons for Premier League anymore. Or bet me a Bonwa Baba by a big. Manchester United should admit that is the kind of level and stage the club has got into. So we discard they are. Because in the football, play any make move or Jessica number one. No one signs why her trophies or Bekwa. And it's only to be guaranteed. That's a won't be guaranteed. So Baba get trophies they are. Then what is the sense of play and a Baba join a whole club? No, making sure some better players are almost anything but performance with the correct scouting team. Now, more coaching and yes, they are.
If that is the line, Manchester United Ebekodia or problem because Premiership no competitors now no issue.
Of course,
Chelsea decided to be rebuilding or you're rebuilding with proper money.
Yeah,
what I say. So if you are going to do rebuilding with just scouts now, man, say the mobile bro.
That is why I said that is the stage it has got into. Abba then now there are 2 teams say Premier League, competition, you talk to the supporters no. Said this is the level the club has got into. It is saying a person here, make Arsenal. I know to me 70 million and 1 million to play. At a point, Arsenal decided say Obaba be the Emirates Stadium no free hybrid yakọ. So Obaba be a projector. Omo be here sika. And the project, it don't focus so much with Sika, playing body in him. Then an Arsene Wenger. No promoting color, no scout proper players in the Aba. But yet these players don't deliver and Arsenal a competitive league in him.
And no Punona Arsenal World Cup entering the top 4.
Yes.
But say no.
But Manchester United could 4 for you.
And because they say competition is not unlike previously, they say competition more ideal.
Of course.
When you do that, I hear tough. There's a conference league
sure.
Well, you're Barcelona. One Garcia, and a Pibeka say, or you training with Barcelona camp. CCA, I'm going to need you goalkeepers trainers and I'm going to papa. Very, very nice. I'm glad. CCA, boy, no, any Briaba, what I say, Madrid for no Ayan Wejuma. Ibrahim Osman, Yabeka so no so Ganani, Obifi Bright na Cologne, Oxe. Na afi option to buy no 16 million euros. CCA menu ka say was signing contracts no edi ama Oxe. Owie ye na eja one ne mpanyifo no so gina ho twa picture nti no obeya onya ma me ani Ibrahim Osman. Pema me na afi and so ye mon komo nti Ibrahim Osman was signing yade ma Oxe no so ewie. Woni masema komo ekoso o Tottenham for ne West Ham United conversation about Mohamed Kudus. Tottenham feel say West Ham for na sheda. And now wow we better say Kudus buy winchin for penom say asa. Almost say clubs na West Ham said there Bob Pata Mohamed Kudus ni nyina no e la lie on person mu raise ball no e ma no kosoro. Because some so Kudus so agency roof ni stronger on be that the clubs etwichi Kudus one just to raise the figure. Nti negotiations no still dey gina.
Kogu adia West Ham United ebisa nyina ayo musika. Sika opesa de to Mohamed Kudus. or Siskanisha, and the Fasikani be a bay, a Fakahon. Also, the add-ons Becahon. Add-ons now the Becahon. West Ham feels any realistic because catch them says Kudus Mohamed Ba, no Beji Champions League, Kudus Mohamed Ba, no Beji Premier League, and now the add-ons and the bay, Ebeba. And West Ham feels say, or Tottenham team say see and baby or yes, Obaba be a project. But West Ham for an the kind of Tottenham project of a league. Say bet me at the Premier League. Bet me at the Champions League. And the add-ons and say, me get to one. Kudus Mohamed be born a contract we add-ons and won't to family. Because you won't so bet me at the Premier League at the Champions League.
But you see, the point is that Tottenham also feel say. You see, Tottenham no more targets very easy. A coach we or buy and a Kudus in some bim. You see, Ghana for sending you see yedi any who Kudus is here, and yes, Anna clubs and who know. A Biana 7 no Cassis, you want visa, Nidia Sanswa poppy up giddy. Into options be pre
yeah.
We're discussing Anthony Elanga. I will move for 55. Into Tottenham feels to say, as a coach, any more pressure, more Sika, I was 60 million, and no feel say, Kudus ya the valuation of 60 million. It is too much for them. That is why they are also saying, they say, and you say, more coach push on giddy, no more negotiate. It is something around 50 million. But Tottenham for their home, it's chin, say, and because Kudus, no, what him say, Kudus, no, Newcastle for looked at him. Abraham more discuss Anthony Elanga.
Yeah.
And I'm more upset for Elanga. It's our list of so many clubs, but he's not a priority. Into coaching and for some say chin Anthony dia. The figure West Ham is mentioning, no. Aside add-ons now, I understand you you're unrealistic. No, I'm say Bornanka Sankasa was so.
Koku. See a football no they be a pricing of players no as a sound. This time around, all the upper head trend no. Average footballers, good footballers, sold around 50 to 70 million. And a players are more exceptional, no, from 100 million honomoko. All the upper check it. It is a serious obeying a player. Not so few so player and the player and the quality was raw. Or buy a ball on the pen of the ball because when I was show interest, with the exception of players, I have transfer list. And West Ham, and for Kudus Mohamed last season, none of the numbers didn't say last 2 seasons. No, he's still among the top performers of West Ham. Bobo Kunim. It is a open a coco bed dia. Or no, if you say he can't say no a different player and one now come a betonium. So it is either you need the player, you look at his qualities. Now this Sikana Banua Baba Befano. And now say the qualities the more Bobo Kulo, then you forget about the player. And that is the stage of buying of players in Aqua Kudru. So price tag, you know. So look at the quality of the player. Player now open. The quality never pay the money and get the player. Or not the quality anymore. Now we have other options because Jan Wisa kind of in the just ended season he was a better player than Mohamed Kudus.
Yeah. Per
numbers, per everything. Yeah. None starts there was switching Kudus Jenny Baby.
Nadia one visa, Nodi Maduike, Anthony Elanga, Mbwesi Kunya. Mbuemu. Looks like they all had better season than Mohamed Kudus. Sure. But say the West Ham for one which year, Kudus bo be din ache omunyina.
And we shouldn't also forget English clubs when they are selling players to their fellow English teams, because they feel you have the money to pay. Yeah. And see, that's the stage it has got into. They should look at the kind of qualities of Mohamed Kudus. That's a coach need to be convinced. Say, on one be fitting into the plan and scheme of work. Tottenham. It will no hiana.
Liverpool for supporters this year. Omugusu omoye Diego Yota home drawings. Muraka cry. Catch us or maybe bri oho. In the end of match the big you hear television so Forever 20. Very, very nice. And now on my trade was so. Maybe I am a different story. Mark Bernal, me ko hu ne picture bi sisi ya senior. You say Barça boys na ade. Me ka say I say omu pe magro ana openi pe ma me.
Gogu enkoda no eto da omu ska ho. Ayana, yes, is Senipa. And most of the time, the obrepa in Union San when you know. I told I know who said you'll be seeing a dan you yan and tem. Now one shall damn rewabrabum. And a lot of these players, players are almost very young.
Check what's happened, and they'll church lady.
So only a very young players. And a young couple of my domina sikai de being a bomb and 70 or maquam. And how to handle the money at this stage, you know, I am now almost agents and almost management.
I feel now just for the way now, but now.
Almost agents, you know, management. And I was saying know how to control these players.
Senior man so Shanghai or senior me do my weekend, you'll be a party, will be any other camera be raho.
But for all we know, Ebiana, these girls are.
And then for and then for. Neso Bianca said, Nipa only we fear will beat me for me.
Yes, until they are only having fun. You hope you say Enconquatra. So now, after these pictures,
walk away. Say a gun and he play being the trap picture with Yanka, Ube 2 foot when Cabessa.
Oh, there be unsay your coach and Uncle. If your foot when they will say different.
Omina Bema, or Patrinia. It's a fast watch,
but two different coaches. So, I was a foot near different. Aye. And I think, sir, I'm only hoping, sir, after pictures when young cotton some for flower chili. The Honorman are seminar water.
So many.
So, because I mean, Yamadi, you know, who pictures the things, some we are here not at that near my chats, we near the United, a barbon thing. Well, and the young hope is a young conqueror and be by way there, just no friendly pictures and omutiki.
But Tafo go for a catcher some befa, Carlo Ancelotti, neighbor David Ancelotti, when Aqua could do. And watch your flag, no. Say, will be a would do papechi co Brazil co you man here, or co a could you for Frona or you. What I say? I know, and what's a me was so not now for us for Moton Anthony Alangano. Omode, on some coffee PS before winger. Brother Johan Bakayoko, Eddie Berry replace no Kama Nafe, or no Swaba be shame in place of that. Me pacho Ibrahim Osman picture on Saka na Ghana Ibrahim Osman say na we are calling for the picture na Ibrahim Osman say only Oxel deal you know I go through. What I say? Sir Dominic Calvert-Lewin now. Omode no bremo na mo se wonje no omode na command Newcastle for.
Uncle Manchester United.
Me too.
Ekegu yeso kra nyanwi. Holland money ninu anoma wo kra nyanwi omunwi.
Sabo.
Kwaku Ibrahim Osman as a Ghanaian, me interest to when it comes to Ghanaian players move some make I'm always biased. Yeah. No doubt about it because I am a Ghanaian. And at the end of the day, it's a player in a year. Now the performance in the Kosra, the Maya Black Stars, yeah. We shouldn't forget he's the player we've called into the Black Stars before. It is certainly when he becomes good for Ghana. When the performance was not Zealand, numbers are unya and Sano making the move to Brighton. Now he moved to Dona few say it was a good move, granting a lot of opportunities at Bebuano. About Brighton, near man was expected. Local loan. A Dutch era division, a could see a kind, and my fan of Bobo no performance in bad. But after that, Sika seminar their uncle, so he had to leave. And so if we fan of Bobo Kono. Now he needs another club because clearly, if you're about Brighton and Yaman to mention and conquer only a lot of numbers. Our Brighton Bobo Konum, Bona Kauro Mitomanum, elbow on the flanks, any idea or honor very difficult to be Benyabi, and so abo. So you are going to need a club on my show, Sebrasi. You will give you opportunity, no, at the amount of why what's your kind Ediama Bobo Kono, and that is what the player needs at this moment. Okay. And it's a Oxebe guarantee is Adiana because they be a football a talent exhibition. The more you play, and will be a who you would be. No matter your quality, so when you be more, a real thing would you bet me, or would you bet me offer. And if you are getting another opportunity elsewhere, another tough league, which is a French league now, certainly you have to do anything humanly possible to prove a point to Obia. Well, I'm back to Brighton and Abiana from there. There's going to be a bigger move. There are bigger clubs and so a French league animal. I'll bet me with signature and also services and so any idea. So I believe it is a good move for the player. They're here and it's over game time. Now I get it back to the best of form and of course Dutch era division performance and bad. So he only has to continue from there. Now I heard the bit me so they are David Ancelotti. Kwaku nipa bia usua adwuma ese opon. Yes. And akwadana sua adwuma no. Ache we kwade wasua ache yekrum anka 3 years na nka wapon ho. Na wo so why your master na obi wa shop na wo ye di obi bia. Akwadana di ni papa ache. from Napoli, akɔ Bayern Munich, ɛbɛ Real Madrid, ɛkɔ Everton. In recent times, trophies are papa na gigi biya akɔda ne ka ho. As an assistant coach, waje Champions League, waje La Liga, waje Bundesliga, waje Super Cup, ɛwɔ Germany. He's learnt the trade, and menya sure say odi papa na chini sorry o manu da sumina so say onim nyansa bi o de bebo papa na as a coach menya sure say ko be na di na chi enti I believe say he's learnt the trade and obibi o de boa when it comes to coaching and enti na papa nda so na menya say bia ne bakeke debi enti say what sua adwuma na do sa stage na e wo say move away from o papa footsteps o papa shadows now kokoye adwuma no baby to prove a point to everybody. Maybe an Botafogo adwuma no be a bit difficult because this time you are going to be the main man. Results ko year yewa. Results and ko year yewa. But so what's Juma at the age of 35, 22nd July, no, when you're 36 years. We've seen coaches are relatively no more younger than almost starting coaching career as the main managers and as a head coaches. Julian Nagelsmann is a typical example at a very young age. And all they starting the coaching career, you win the performance. Ewa Hoffenheim, Bayern Munich, and so on for the German national team job. And yes, Usa. 35 years old now, he should go and prove to Obia El Botafogo. Say he's learnt the trade and learnt it very well from his father, and he's ready to be a man or a coach on his own. So, now say I'm far. I feel you also have a do papetia. Obia because a winning majuma, and it was a do papechi. But this time around, you've had a lot of successes with your father, and you have to move from the shadows
sometimes
and then be your own man.
These decisions, you need a lot of luck.
Of course.
You might be very good. First job, and
Kokumi assures they are going to be very close. Brazil.
Yeah.
The papa, the Brazilian head coach, Ononi Botafogo Jumano. I am sure the father is going to help in one or two
shadow
ways.
coaching
Because a Obano no say it's in a head they almost are bang on Brazil Honoman. I believe the papa never born a banana to me. I establishing who was one of the good coaches in the system, not from Botafogo when you better move probably to Europe. No Baba be fighting be one who do beat me.
We'll be back very soon. Na command the be now ho me the part 2 Ebro Sisia.